Hey, hey, hey. So, it is time for a Sunday kind of love, midnight musings on love. So, you guys may want to know what's been on my mind about love this week. And I was listening to the radio. Yes, the actual radio, which I know. And they were talking about, or the song came on. They weren't talking about it, but the song came on, For the Love of Money. And I was thinking, can money love you? And can you love money? And I think it's a great question to ask if you are considering your definition of love and maybe doing a little test with it, because there's a really, really interesting parallel. One of the things that we've been doing in some of these is to look at how love is defined for us as we look at others, and then how love is defined for us, for ourselves, and really trying to make sure that we are consistent with those definitions. And so I brought up a definition in our first episode. And this time, we're going to kind of do a little bit of a check-in with money and whether or not, I was thinking about the songs, what's love got to do with it? Can't buy me love. I'm a big lyrics person, in case you hadn't guessed that yet. So this idea as to whether or not you can love money and whether or not money can love you, I would be interested in your thoughts. Now, the first thing that we talked about with the definition, we had a couple of pieces of it with my definition that I proposed to you, was that there was an intense feeling associated with love. And I actually think that is the case for a lot of people with money. There is this intoxication, this addictiveness, right? And also a little bit maybe of overwhelm. I remember reading a study some time ago that talked about a certain amount. I think at the time, it was a little while ago, who knows what it is now, but there was a sort of peak association with a certain number with happiness. And on either side, you could go up and then you would go down as you earned more money. So there was a peak number of income. And I won't tell you what it was at the time because I'm sure it's different now. But bottom line is there's a point at which you've got enough for your basic needs. You've got enough to do what you want. You can kind of get intoxicated with some other things. And then there's a point at which it starts to become actually potentially more stressful, right? Because you're managing your relationships that are really important for you to manage stress you suspect, whether you don't know whether or not they're with you because of the money or because of... So it comes with certain things that are not always positive. We'll say it that way. The other piece of my definition has to do with unconditionality, sort of in good times and bad, right? For better or for worse. And I venture to say that is money really there in good times and bad? And I think most people would define a bad time as when money leaves. And even if you don't, the question of whether or not money can help you get past emotionally hard times, challenging times, the answer is maybe. You could say that you can get maybe emotional and mental help and support. You can buy that. But again, right, when we think about the things that are really, really important and truly have no price, really can't be bought with money, right? The people that are by your side, the places that you can go that really feel like home, not just some hollow place that you can go and escape to for a moment, but do you have a place that you can come back to and find a center in? And to be honest, that's not about money. And I'm going to use another song, but for Luther Vandross, a house is not a home. Perfect analogy. And then another component of my definition was about your best interests. And does money tell you no? Like, that's not in your best interest. And unfortunately, or I should say fortunately, this is what really starts to connect the dots, right? Because money is never going to say no. You have to be very, very prudent about what is in your best interest. You have to have your own self-awareness. And this is where self-love comes in. So again, your love of money can take you a lot of places, but you have to know where you need to go for your best interests, for what will optimize your growth, your health, your well-being. And the last piece of the definition was about consistent commitment to all of the above, right? The emotion, the best interests, the better or worse. And as you know, money can't commit to that. But you can commit to yourself. And that's really what's important. So loving money, I think what I have mused through, thank you for allowing me to do this, is really one-sided. You can love money, but money can't love you. You know who can love you? You. So, and having money actually requires you to really check in with yourself even more. So use it well, and it can help you find money. And money can, when you know yourself, help you grow. But this comes first. So thanks for joining me for my musings on love. If you're interested in self-love coaching, stress coaching, please contact me. And I look forward to talking to you next week. A Sunday Kind of Love, Midnight Musings. This is episode 7.